So welcome everyone to this conversation with cinematographer, director, and multimedia visual artist, John Simmons. My name is Bridget Arcooks, and I am the curator of this online exhibition titled Photography is My Heart. I'm proud to be involved with the presentation of his work for the first time online. I'm a professor of art history and African American studies at the University of California, Irvine, and also a curator. John, you are known primarily as a cinematographer, and for many of our viewers, this may be the first they've heard of you being a photographer who's been making photographs since you were a teenager. Would you tell us a bit more about your background? How were you inspired to become a photographer?
With photography, I started in the 1960s, and my mentor was my best friend's brother. His name is Robert Sengstacke. And when I got to be about 14 years old, I thought that Bobby was possibly the hippest cat I could ever imagine. He was covered with Nikon cameras, his girlfriend was really pretty, he had a nice car, he listened to jazz, and he did something very magical in a dark room. He could make pictures appear. And I fell in love with that. I thought that was the most incredible thing I'd ever seen. I borrowed one of his cameras at a convention in New York. It was called the National Negro Publishers Convention. And Bobby loaned me his camera to take a few pictures. And when we developed them, he looked at my work and said I had an eye. And that started everything.
I wonder if you could talk to us a bit about some of the other people that inspired you, and I'm thinking specifically about your time at Fisk University.
So, Bobby Sengstacke was offered an artist in residence at Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee. And he insisted that he could bring his assistant with him, which was me. And I got down to Nashville, and it turned out to be a real important period of my life for so many reasons. You know, it was the end of the civil rights era, and Angela Davis was there, Romare Bearden, Jacob Lawrence, Jesse Jackson, Stokely Carmichael, Miles Davis, Nina Simone. But the most influential thing in my life was my relationship with Aaron Douglas. Aaron Douglas is the father of the Harlem Renaissance. And he received some money to redo one of his murals. I think it was from the American Federations of the Arts. And the mural was done in the 40s. And I helped him repaint that mural. So I got to spend a year with Mr. Douglas. And, you know, it's like sitting at the feet of the master. Before Bobby left, a man named Carlton Moss would come to the university. Carlton Moss is a historian and a director. And one day he looked at my photographs and said, "You're a cinematographer."
And did you even know what that meant?
I didn't know what a cinematographer meant when he said that to me. I'd never heard the word before. And what Carlton was doing in Nashville, I have to say this, he was there teaching a class called The Image of the Black Man in American Cinema. We would analyze how Black people were being portrayed in different movies, starting with The Birth of a Nation, all the way up to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and whatever film anyone could think of. But Ousmane, the father of African cinema, comes to Nashville to show his film, The Money Order. And out of nowhere, I hear a knock on my door one morning, and it's Ousmane and Carlton Moss. And he shows Sambini my photographs. And he says, yes, he's a cinematographer. Carlton sent me a subscription to American Cinematography magazine and a tripod and a 16mm camera. And that's where it all started.
As a cinematographer, as a film director, what is your relationship to photography?
The thing I like about photography is that it lives forever, you know, and it becomes a reference to who we are, what we've been, what somebody else has been. But the moment that we express ourselves through a camera, because that's what we're talking about, that click of the shutter is the totality of our being at that moment. Everything that we've ever loved, everything that ever hurt us, everything that ever made us laugh, has shaped how we see things, and has shaped how we frame things, and has shaped why that thing that we're looking at is important to press the shutter on.
So, Johnny, I'm just thrilled and excited to be the curator of your first online exhibition, Photography is My Heart. And it's a wonderful opportunity to introduce your work to new generations of viewers all over the world. And I'd love to hear what you think about having this online exhibit.
First of all, I'm very excited to be doing this with you.
Thank you.
I really enjoy our conversations and the time that we've spent together. The thing about doing an online exhibit with Dot Red that just blows my mind and really makes me excited is that it's an exhibit that runs 24 hours a day. There's no borders, there's no time zones. Wherever you are, at any time, you can look and appreciate this exhibit. It weaves the fabric of humanity when it comes off the wall and goes worldwide, because we're inseparable. As people, we share this planet, and now we share it in a big way. We share it online. It's cool.
It's very cool. Thank you so much for allowing us to do this, John.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.